The final event of the first week of the BeamNG Monster Jam series heads to El Paso, Texas for the West Division. The Sun Bowl is a small venue, and 14 drivers will try and navigate it to claim victory to end Week 1. BeamNG Monster Jam from El Paso is next.
It's about that time, so put it up, let's get it on. Made it this far, time to show the world who's number one. Number one, pull it up to the line, let's do it. Let's do it. Anything in my way, I'm running through it. I watch the lights and my hands are sweaty. I hear the people screaming, so you better get ready. Yeah, cause when it drops, I'ma take the shot, rock the spot, make it hot. Cause it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. Cause it's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that time. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that time. It's been a long time.
The final event of Week 1 of the BeamNG Monster Jam series, and we're here at El Paso, Texas at the Sun Bowl. This is a very, very small venue to hold this Monster Jam event here tonight in the West Division, but it's going to be packed full of action. I'm Joe Rakowski, joined in the booth by Trey Bartow, and with this stadium being such a small stadium floor, what do you expect to see in tonight's event?
Well, I believe it is the smallest arena we have been at for this first week, so I'm expecting nonstop action from these drivers. They're going to have to come up with a lot more moves a lot quicker than they normally would have to, so I just can't wait to see what these drivers are going to be able to have an action-packed night for us.
14 incredible trucks, amazing drivers out here in the West Division, and they're ready to kick it off here in El Paso, Texas at the Sun Bowl. Let's take a look at our field of trucks for the first event in the West Division. Going out first here tonight, it'll be El Toro Loco, Mathis Wells behind the wheel of that truck, then Bad Company with Nathan Stapleton and Hunter Reed in the Jester monster truck.
In Brodozer, we got Cody Anderson. Obsessed, we have Zach Antizana. Titan, we have Cement Oskins.
Then we have Black Pearl with Laura Chung, Blue Thunder with Zachary Fitzwater Sr., and in the Monster Energy green truck, we have Riley Spurley too.
And Air Force Afterburner, we got Evan Hunter. Son of a Digger, we got Jake Galloway. And Metal Militia, we got Brennan Soderlin.
And the final two trucks to take track here tonight, Bigfoot Anthony Hernandez and Gravedigger with Colin Teague. Getting ready for the first truck out here tonight at the Sun Bowl, and it's going to be El Toro Loco Mathis Wells, the yellow version of this monster truck.
Yes, the yellow version, very unique version here. It's definitely one of the, in my opinion, one of the better, cooler looking ones, especially with that pink ribbon.
He has 9-second starts right there at that first hit for Mathis Wells. Looks like he's going to take it easy early on here. Once again, we talked about how small this stadium floor is. You can see it already as these trucks have barriers to go up against, and they're going to try and do whatever they can to go big, but also keep it within the track limits.
I mean, one of the upsides with the smaller track is that, you know, it doesn't look like you're searching that round much for your next hit, but one of the downsides is also is that if your truck does get into a squirrely situation, you know, you don't have that much room to try to recover from it.
And already 30 seconds down for Mathis Wells. El Toro Loco taking it easy early on here and make go big later on the run. Looking for some nice there off of the tabletop. Clears it and lands it down nicely on the back end of that to try and pull it into a wheelie. As now halfway done with the run for Mathis Wells. Going to need to pick it up a little bit right here. But so far a solid run to kick off action here in the West Division.
Some nice air there with a little bit of a slapperly, but he's going to put it on two wheels, recover from it nicely. Nicely done by him. Hit the backside of that little single jump there. He's going to turn it around and head back for possibly that little pod section.
And he will go back to the tabletop pod, whatever you want to call it. It's a unique obstacle, many different variations and angles to go about it. Wells did a great job going over. Again, that's maybe going to be the most used obstacle here tonight will be that tabletop section. To the big MX Hill, nice air off that. Huge air for Mathis Wells down to the final 15 seconds of his freestyle run.
He did a very nice job landing that truck, hitting the brakes, making sure the truck levels out mid-air just to get that soft landing. He's going to go for the backflip ramp here already. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it. Nice rotation. Hits the brakes. He landed it pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, that was a nice end to a decent run here to start out freestyle in the West Division. Mathis Wells and El Toro Loco, and there definitely are some replays from this one that we'll go and look at. So let's go and see them as scores are coming in from the judges right now.
You can see here, nice landing with that. Got the nose down. Nice little slap-wheelie there, but it looks like the truck, once it hit, it got rotated a little bit, went onto the rear wheel, but luckily he was just able to bring it down on two wheels and put it back on all fours.
Then here's the backflip at the end of the run. First truck out doing a backflip, so showing right away that maybe backflips could be one of the most used obstacles here in this course. A solid 18 to start out here for Maxwell Toro Loco. Not great, but not bad. Didn't put himself in a terrible position. Got a good enough score. We'll see where he lands in the order. Bad company Nathan Stapleton first out, going right for that jump right there next to the MX Hill to start out his clock.
Automatically clearing that little jump there so you can see he's ready to get going in this truck here. He's going for the pod stack. Another big air moment right there. Is going to land it on the back side of that jump.
And that was some big air. 2 hits early on. Both had some momentum going into those hits to the single jump right there. The single ramp. Going to go off a little crooked, but lands it nicely down. Going back to the obstacle where he first started that. Another nice leap off of that. Pulls into a little bit of a slap wave. Best to watch out for that wall there. If you hit that wall, those officials will not be shy to shut you down to make sure the wall's okay and the truck is okay.
Yeah, not many places to really pull a good slap wheelie here. Maybe 1 or 2 spots, so you got to be really careful where you are on the track, that is, so you don't hit any of those barriers or walls because they will RII you.
To the back of the MX Hill, Stapleton will go. Nice skywheel off that. Landed it nicely at the top of that. Nice little trick there for Nathan Stapleton here in this freestyle run. Just over 30 seconds remain. He's going to have to go a little bit bigger, though. You'd have to think if he wants to win this freestyle. As he gets into a little awkward position right there, hitting the brakes. I think there's just a little bump in the middle of the circuit floor.
Yeah, I believe it is from the racing course itself. There's a little dirt mound there. So as you can see here, him getting tangled up on the container there, but he's able to get off of that. I don't think the judges will take too much off of that because he didn't have to reverse or anything there. But you can see him clearing the pod stacks up on 2 wheels, bicycling it, but he brought it right back down.
8 seconds remain. What's he going to do for his final hit? Freestyle looks like it's going to be a backflip on the other side. The backflip ramp goes into it. Nice rotation and lands perfectly. The shock is broken on that truck, but the time is expired for Nathan Stapleton in bad company. A decent freestyle just like we saw with Matthews Wells. The question is, will it beat Wells' score? As he parks it right there in the middle of the stadium floor. Nathan Stapleton done. We'll take a look at some of the replays from this run as the scores are coming in from the judges. Look at this nice air over the tabletop, but as he lands down, this is one of his final hits. It gets a little squirrely, gets a little crooked onto the side, does a great job bringing it back down to all fours.
Yeah, very nice job there. It's the way those trucks land. Sometimes they get a little crooked. You can see the backflip here. Very nice rotation. Nailed it pretty much perfectly. And as you said, this is where the shock broke, but also at the same time it was at the end of the run, so I don't think there was a better time to break that truck.
It's a 19, so 1 point higher than Matthews Wells. So Stapleton now will go to the hot seat early on here in the Sun Bowl, El Paso, Texas. Third truck out, we have Jester Hunter Reed. And it looks like this is a beautiful monster truck. We'll see what he does. First hit going maybe to the MX Hill.
He's going to start it off big here with some huge air hitting the brake to level the truck back out. Nicely landed by him. Maybe a little bit on the 2 wheels there, but he brought it right back down here. Looks like he's going to start off with some huge momentum.
And going to the tabletop, clears it easily right there. Might pull it into a little bit of a wheelie and does. Gets it back down before he gets to the other end of the stadium. Going to slide around here and see where he'll go for his next hit. To the racing lane he'll go. And some nice air off of that one. They put a little bit more dirt to that to try and make it just a little bit steeper to get some more out of it. It worked right there for Jester and Hunter Reed.
He's going to hit the back side of that little MX jump there. He's going to go right down the other side of it. Nicely done by him there. See, he's just kind of, at the moment, he's just kind of taking it slow, getting some big air, but not putting himself at risk. He's going for the pod stack. More huge air. He's going to land it perfectly on the backside of it.
Yeah, this is great momentum for Hunter Reed. If he can keep this up and fill this clock, you have to assume that this might take and probably should take the lead if he can get all 90 seconds out of it. He's had a lot of momentum and some big hits to go with it. We'll see if he can end it out in these final 30 seconds to try and take the hot seat away from Nathan Stapleton in bad company.
So far, I think the one thing most drivers are missing, well, right there, a little bit of a wow factor there.
Whoa.
Already upside down. He's going to put it back on the other side of the 2 wheels. He's going to bring it right back down. I was just about to say, I think the one thing drivers have missed so far was their wow factor, but he took it right out of my mouth.
And huge area actually cleared the MX Hill with that hit. It wasn't even off the MX Hill, but as you mentioned, that wow factor, that's going to score some points. He's trying to get there for the final hit. The time expired just before it, but massive air over the tabletop, lands hard on the front end, and will set it back down all fours. And even though that's not judged for scoring, that's for the fans right here in El Paso, Texas. A great run for Hunter Reed, and you have to assume that that will probably take the lead early on this freestyle competition.
You can see right here, he hit that pod stack. It just kind of like turned his truck midair. That was strange to see, but he barrel rolled it, hit that little single jump there, put him back on the 2 wheels. He just turned into it, and I don't even really think he got it. I think he hit the brake, and the truck just kind of saved itself.
Yeah, that was a great job there for Hunter Reed and Jester right here. This hit didn't get scored, but massive air for the fans here in El Paso. Hard on the nose, brings the truck back down to all fours. And a great way to end this freestyle run to 23. So Jester, Hunter Reed into the hot seat. That's been 3 trucks out and 3 different leaders here in freestyle. Next out, Brodozer, Cody Anderson coming out onto the circuit.
Brodozer is one of the newer trucks in the Monster Jam series, but it's always nice to see out there, this time with the trophy truck body style. Huge air to start off of it on that side, jump on the other side of the MX ramp. Looks like he's getting ready to get these fans riled up.
Going to the tabletop, nice air off that one, does clear it with ease. Pulls into a little bit of a wheel right there on one wheel, but sets it back down. Going to spin around right here and see where he's going to go for his next hit. Maybe back to the tabletop as he's trying to search for his next move. There it is, off that tabletop. And that ramp looks like it can get you some nice air. That might be one that D-Sharp's going to be going off of a lot here tonight.
Yeah, that jump right there just kind of sets you up perfectly to land smoothly as he gets off the center jump there. Straight into the back of the MX jump. He's going to go on one wheel, but land it smoothly on the other side of that as well. So nice little combination move right there.
And he'll go now to the racing lane backside of it. Get some nice air off that one. Point the nose down. Looked like he maybe wanted to take it to a wheel, but just went too far to do that. Now back to the tabletop. Nice air off that one. Lands it hard on the down ramp. Going to spin around here with 30 seconds remaining. What's his next move going to be? It's going to be some Cyclones. So Brodozer being the first one to go out here and do some donuts for the fans here in El Paso. Sets it back down. Where's he going to go next?
That's what you want to do here, is do something they haven't seen yet. So those Cyclones were good. He's going to air it out over that table. He's going to get sideways into the parking and onto the wall here. We'll have to see if they're going to RII him right here. He put the truck back down on all fours, so we'll have to see if he's going to be able to continue or not.
Yeah, they're going to make sure that truck is fine. The wall isn't damaged. It looks like they have made the decision that he can refire it with 11 seconds left. You think he's probably going to have at least one move left for this freestyle. It might be the backflip right here. Sends it into it.
And he's going to reverse and put it back down. So nicely done by him. Almost got into a little sketchy of a situation there with that backflip, but he pulled it out.
And that was a pretty good run for Brodozer and Cody Anderson. The question is, was it better than Jester and Hunter Reed? Look at this first replay right here as he gets up in a kind of uncontrolled spin right here. Lands it back down. He would have been fine if the wall wasn't there. He would be able to continue right on, but once he hit that wall, the officials obviously shut him down. And then right here, the final backflip. Was this good enough to beat Jester, Hunter Reed? Score over 23, currently in the lead on the hot seat. And we'll see what the score is for Brodozer and Cody Anderson as they come in. Nice backflip, sets it back down as he puts it in reverse. And it's a score of 21, so a decent performance. You know, nothing to laugh at, but just wasn't as good as we saw from Jester and Hunter Reed. He still sits on the throne. As next up we have Obsessed, and right out, huge air, straight out from the tunnel. Didn't waste any time.
He is not playing around in this truck today. He wants to come out for the win here. Always nice little body style with Obsessed here. Another huge air off the MX ramp. I don't think he's trying to leave this track with the truck in one piece.
And he's definitely going for broke right now, and if that truck can survive through and he doesn't flip it over, he might have a shot at that hot seat. More air, look at that, pulls it right to a slap wheelie, sets it back down before he gets into the wall. He's going to have to go a little bit slower right there, but gets by. Already 30 seconds done for Obsessed right here, and some great momentum, some nice air early on this run has set him up perfectly for the end of it.
I think it's definitely easy to say this has been the most aggressive driver out on this track so far out of everyone's we've seen. He's going to cross-thread the tabletop here. We'll have to see how this goes. Mostly it doesn't work, but he's going to get a nice sky wheelie out of that. As I've been saying, though, most of the time we've seen someone cross-thread a tabletop, they end up wrecking or losing a tire, so it worked out great for him. Now he's going to cross-thread the MX ramp.
And gets up onto the top. Nice little set there, but he's in trouble as he gets on his side and upside down. The racing lane sends him over, and with just over 20 seconds remaining, not filling the clock, definitely going to be a negative on the score for Obsessed right here. As we'll go take a look at the replay. Once again, score to be at 23, but without filling that clock, that might be hard to beat for Obsessed.
As you can see right here on the backside of the MX ramp, he gets a very nice slap wheelie out of it, dragging the back of the truck on the ground there. Very aggressive driving, but, you know, that's what people like to see.
And here's that final move to end it. It was a nice cross-thread. It actually was fine up until this point. He got sideways, and right here as he tries to save it, it just catches the racing lane, sends him upside down. If that wasn't there, maybe he has a shot to save it. But with that upside down with 20 seconds left on the clock, it's a 17. So these judges obviously looking at filling the clock. The first few did. Obsessed didn't, and now he's behind. Titan, Samet Oskin next out onto the course. We'll see what he does for his first move. Always a nice truck to see in person.
It looks like the same body style as Obsessed was, so we'll have to see what Titan can do here. Big move off of the MX ramp there. Nice air, landed it pretty solidly as well here, so we'll have to see what he sets up for the next move.
Gonna go to the tabletop. Nice air off that one. And we'll clear it nicely, send it down into a little bit of a wheelie there. Has to put it back down. A decent start so far for Samet Ozgen in Titan. We'll see if he can continue this momentum and try and beat Hunter Reed and the score of 23 with Jester.
He got some good distance on that jump off the racing lane there. Now he's trying to turn around before hitting the container there. He does it. He's going to hit the little cross thread action there off that tabletop, put it back down. Didn't really have enough room for a slap wheelie, but he's going to cross thread the MX ramp and kind of get hung up there. Not really sure what happened there, but he was able to recover.
I wonder if he just saw what happened last run with Obsessed and maybe got a little scared and didn't want to go into a faster speed, just didn't have enough to get up over it, but still a decent run. Going to go to the back of the MX with some speed. Oh, it's going to send him over backwards.
Is he going to be able to? He's going to be able to pull it back down. The momentum and the gravity worked in his favor. There you go. They're going to RII him here, make sure the truck's all right. So we'll have to see if he's going to be able to continue after that.
And he will. He's getting back going with just over 25 seconds remaining. And Samet Ozgen now has some life. He had that wow moment right there with that save. Will that be enough? Can he do some more to try and get by the lead that Jester has? He's going to cross through the tabletop towards the single ramp. He'll get into that single ramp, getting it up on the side. And now just under 10 seconds remains to the back of the MX hill again. Not as fast this time. Gets back up over it. And that might be the last move that he has in this run. And that's going to be it for Titan and Samet Ozgen. Score to beat a 23. Will that be enough is the question. He's just going to, I guess, slide around for the fans here in El Paso.
He's showing the fans that these trucks can drift too, up on two wheels. Something for the fans here to enjoy.
Looks like he'll park it right down there towards the exit tunnel to get out, as we'll go see some replays here from Titan's run. It was a fairly good run, had some momentum, had some big air, and this save, obviously.
Yeah, as you can see there, it lands right on the roof of the truck, so that probably had to hurt a little bit. But him sliding down, hitting the brakes and the tires, kind of gripping on the dirt, just put him back around as he got a 22.
Yeah, so 1 point short of Jester and Hunter Reed. So still Jester on top here in freestyle. But we'll see what this next driver can do. Black Pearl, Laura Chung, always a great looking truck here. And gonna get some nice air and a nice skywheelie to start out her freestyle.
It's always nice to see some girl competitors running it up with the boys here. We've known for a fact that these girls can win championships, so we'll have to see what she can do in this series.
And that was some nice air over the tabletop. Maybe the biggest we've seen from that jump so far here tonight. Gonna look for our next move. It's gonna be the back of the racing lane. Nice air off that one. So starting out with some nice momentum and some nice air. Laura Chung trying to get it done here in El Paso, Texas, looking for our next move. It's going to be the front of the MX Hill, and we'll get some more nice air off that one.
Landed it pretty well. A little cockeyed there off the single jump, a little cockeyed again up on two wheels, but she brings it down nicely here. Now she's going to look to see if she can get some speed for the racing lane here. Not as much air as the other one, but still the distance was pretty good, so looks like they only built up a little bit on the one, and now she's going to go into some Cyclones.
Cyclones here with just about 30 seconds remaining. Where's she going to go next? Looks like maybe to the backflip ramp. So an early backflip for Laura Chung, and Black Pearl sends her up into the air on the side hard, but she immediately drives away from him. Even after that hard landing, she's still good to go. And more nice air off the tabletop. This could be a run that could challenge for the freestyle lead.
She definitely has the momentum and the courage. There's the wow factor right there. If she's going to pull it back over, she's going to hit the gas, going to go a little bit more, and she's going to pull it back on the all four wheels.
A great save there with just under 10 seconds remaining. Looks like that might be the last move right there. She's going to try and get into a backflip one final time. Stuffs it in onto the nose and saves it, but that was all after time expired. So that last move doesn't count, but it counts in the fans' hearts, that's for sure. As we'll go take a look at some of the replays from Laura Chung's run here in Black Pearl. Will that be enough to take the lead from Jester?
You see this backflip here. I think that's easily the highest backflip we've seen out of all three series so far. Lands it on the side of the truck, but puts it right back down. I think this run definitely has a chance to take that lead.
And that was a very hard landing on that backflip. Luckily, nothing broke. The truck built well. But right here, I mean, it could be just a little bit of skill, but there's also some luck involved in this for sure, with that truck coming back down to all four wheels. And it's a 20 for Laura Chung. So, I mean, maybe that's a little bit lower than some people were expecting right there, but that still keeps Jester in the freestyle lead.
Now we have Blue Thunder back out on the track with Zachary Fitzwater Sr. I know he's excited to be driving the Blue Thunder truck, so we'll have to see what he has for these fans here in Texas.
And last time we actually saw Blue Thunder out in East on Friday, as that'll be a nice sky wheelie for Fitzwater right there, and almost actually went over backwards, but he'll carry that wheelie up over the tabletop, so a nice move to start out freestyle.
Is going to put it in reverse over the racing lane here, something we haven't seen yet in this event. And now he's going to put it back over the backside of the racing lane again. So he's getting creative. He's going to tap the container, though, but no harm, no foul there. Searching up for the next move.
Well, Fitzwater, we know him to be sometimes angry. If he uses that anger out in this freestyle course, that could be a good thing, as he's putting out some big moves early on here in this Blue Thunder monster truck. Just over 30 seconds into his run. What can he do next for this final half of his run? He's going to go big towards the tabletop, and huge air off it, and a hard landing down on all four wheels. But now halfway through the run, what's Fitzwater going to do next?
As you were saying about his anger, I think he definitely does use that here. I think it could help him greatly or not help him greatly. He's going to nail it from a front flip. He's going to go tumbling, but he's going to bring it back down, hit the wall. But I don't think they're going to RIM for that. He's going to keep on going there. So a little bit of a sketchy move by him, but he kept it.
And I'm very surprised they didn't shut him down when that truck started flipping towards the wall, but whatever they saw, they obviously didn't think it would hurt anything out on the track or on the truck. And Fitzwater, now 15 seconds left to wow this crowd even more and maybe make one final hit in this freestyle run. Under 10 seconds remain. It looks like he's going towards the backflip ramp. Can he complete it? Didn't rotate enough, but it does come down to all fours. Time expires, and he'll send it into the air and lands on the MX Hill to end the run. A great run for Fitzwater. Wasn't enough, though, to take the lead from Jester.
This run had everything. It had the wow factor, some saves. This nice first hit here with the sky wheelie off the cross thread of the
almost went over
tabletop.
backwards right there.
He did almost go over backwards, but he was able to carry it across the entire way. So that was something we haven't seen yet. So I think the judges will take a liking to it.
And here's this next move. It's the wheelie into the MX Hill and the ramp beside it. Sends him up and over. And it completes the front flip, luckily for Fitzwater. Unluckily for the wall, he ends up tapping it, but the officials not shut him down for whatever reason. They left that truck going, and here's that final move. Didn't get enough kick off the backflip ramp. Lands hard in the nose, but that truck comes back down. And then he goes into the side of the MX Hill to just end the run out into a flip. And we'll see what the scores are for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Blue Thunder as they're coming in from the judges right now to 27. So Fitzwater now in the hot seat. Got a 4-point advantage there over Jester. That was a big score for Fitzwater. Can anyone try and beat it is the question. Next truck out, Monster Energy and Riley Spurley-Tube.
We've already seen Monster Energy in the East and Central with the red and purple, but now we have the green Monster Energy. Some call it the OG Monster Energy here, but we'll have to see what Riley can do with that demanding lead that Fitzwater took. So we'll have to see what he can put up to the table.
You think about, what we saw in the East. The winning score there was a 24. You think about in the Central, the winning score there was a 26. Fitzwater already with a 27. We're only about halfway done with this competition, so there is a lot on the line for these drivers left to go out. For Riley Spurley-Tube, he has big shoes to fill after what you just saw right there. He has to now come out and try and beat that.
Nice little slapply there. He's going to carry it almost he actually is going to carry it the entire way across the arena there. Almost got a little hung up on the single jump there, but he brought it right back down. Nicely done by him. Now he's going to clear the tabletop there and into another slap wheelie.
He's been the king of slap wheelies so far here tonight. He's done slap wheelies on almost every single hit he's had, but he's going to need to pick it up for sure in these final 30 seconds if he wants to try and beat Fitzwater. Nice air off the MX Hill right there. Maybe he was listening to us up here in the commentator's booth. Getting a little squirrely going into that single jump, but sets it back down nicely for these final 20 seconds.
Yeah, sometimes there when you try to go for big air off that MX jump there, you're not really sure where that single jump is, and until you find it, it's kind of too late. But luckily, I don't think it's bitten anyone yet, but you never know what the future holds as he's going to get some huge air off the backside of that tabletop.
And it looks like that will be the final move in Riley Spurley-Tube's run, so a great way to end it. Nice impression on the fans here in El Paso. I don't think it'll be enough. It didn't really have the wow moment that Fitzwater had, as he's still going on there for the fans in El Paso. I just don't think it had the wow moment that Fitzwater had, and I think that's going to put Fitzwater over the top of Spurley-Tube for sure. It was a decent run, don't get me wrong, a very solid run for Spurley-Tube, and we'll see where it places him in the scoring, but I just don't think it'll be enough to beat Blue Thunder.
I agree with you here. I mean, he had some nice moves, especially with this slap wheelie here. I think one of many he had in this run, but I think to pass Fitzwater, you're going to have that wow moment, and it's going to have to be a very big wow moment as well. But again, this run is nothing to be laughed at. This was a very solid run by him, and I expect some big things in the future.
And that was some nice air to end the run out for sure. The scores are coming in. It's a 23, so that puts him into a tie for currently second place. So once again, a great run. That's, obviously a points championship. Those are good points here for Riley Spurley. Next truck out, we have Air Force Afterburner and Evan Hunter. Great to see the U.S. Air Force Afterburner truck out here on the stadium floor.
I think everyone knows about this truck. It's one of the most iconic trucks in Monster Jam there, as you can see already with the slap wheelie. So I can't wait to see what this truck is going to fly high like the Air Force is, I guess you could say.
And there it is, flying high right there, trying to get up into the sky, and maybe we'll see some even bigger air later on this run when we get down towards the end of the clock. Looking for his next move off the single jump. It'll be a nice air there, pulls it into a little bit of a wheelie. He'll actually take that wheelie up over that one rip, but not like what we saw with Fitzwater. I don't think he had the confidence to do that. As he'll go to the next hit, the MX Hill. Nice air off that one. He's going to land it nicely towards the tabletop. Actually splits the gap in between the single jump and the tabletop with now 45 seconds remaining.
He's going to try to hit this backflip ramp here on the tabletop. He's not going to be able to pull it around the entire way, but he's going to put it back on all fours there. That's something new the judges will like. Now he's going to put it back on two wheels.
Oh, no.
He's going to be able to bring it around. I don't think no, he's going to land on his roof. Very early ending for him.
That's a shame after using that backflip ramp that no one's done. Not really landing it, but still at least pulling it out. And then that happened right there. That was just an unlucky bounce for that truck on landing. You see right here, here's that backflip ramp. Didn't land it, but it came down the roof, which put him back over. And then this final hit looked like a normal hit at first, but on landing, it just did not. It didn't work well for Evan.
Yeah, I don't think there's much he could have done. He could have either reversed and take pretty much a points penalty from that, or gun it and hope for the best. So, like I said, not much he could have really done.
And it's a 13 for Evan Hunter, definitely the lowest score so far here in freestyle. Just an unfortunate ending to his freestyle run. But next out, everyone knows this man, everyone knows this truck. Son of a Digger and Jake Galloway out onto the floor.
We're going to have to see if Jake Galloway is going to be able to carry on the legendary Son of a Digger in this truck. Very nice truck here. He's already looks like he's getting some speed. We'll have to see if he's going to get the air with it. It does get some decent air off that jump there. Might try to pull it into a slap lead, but decides not to.
And I mean, when you think of this truck, you maybe think of going big early on, but Jake's philosophy, I've talked to him, his philosophy is maybe try and ride out a little bit here and maybe go big in the final half of the run. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out for him as he gets a nice wheelie there. I mean, we're talking about going easy early on, but that's not what Jake's doing right now. He's kind of going a little bit crazy. The landings have been a little bit crazy and getting some more nice air.
Well, like I said, I believe it was in the central run. The bounce that is always the hardest is that second bounce. You never know how that's going to react with the truck here, but so far he's been able to manage it. He's going to get some nice air off that tabletop. Almost a little squirrely there, but he brought it right back down.
He's looking for his next hit with now just over 30 seconds remaining. Back to the tabletop, back to the angle. Just hit at, getting a little sideways, up on the nose and upside down. And that's not what Jake Galloway wanted right there. Just a bad hit. And just over 20 seconds remaining. That's not going to take the lead anytime soon as we go take a look at some replays from Jake Galloway and Son of a Digger.
Yeah, I mean, from the way the truck looked, it just immediately got sideways there, and that rear tire kicked out. It just flipped him over, and then the recoil from the front tire just put him right onto his lid there. The truck panels are exploding off that.
It's a 15 for Jake Galloway. He's obviously down with Evan Hunter towards the bottom of the list. But now 3 trucks remain. The next one out, Metal Militia, and Brendan Sonderland's going to come out, and let's see what he does for his first hit.
Metal Militia is a freestyle champion with a different driver behind it, so we'll have to see if Brennan will be able to win it another championship here. He's lining up for the MX ramp already, so we'll have to see how big of air he can get it.
Yeah, we'll see when he sends that thing flying. How high is it going to go? We're going to find out hard on the gas, and that is some nice air up on the back end right there and landing, but lands it down nicely. But a great start to this freestyle run. Looks like he's going to be on attack mode from the start.
Already there. Another huge air off the tabletop there. He's immediately going to go into the backside of the MX band. He's going to kick him upside down. He's going to be able to pull it back up. He's going to be able to save it. Nicely done by him, just kind of letting the truck save it himself. Now he's going to be able to put it back in the middle of the field, back onto the tabletop here. Sideways again and upside down again.
Oh, is this time like BeamNG's gonna go into some sidewalls, and he puts it back down again. So that's like what, 2-3 hits and 2-3 big hits, 2 saves. He's gonna go. Let's see what he does next to the back of the MX hill. It looks like.
Now he's gonna put it into a little bit of a sky wheelie there. Hit the middle of that jump there. Gonna put it sideways. He's gonna go upside down again. No, he does not. Stays on his side, but puts it back down. I don't think Brendan cares about winning this freestyle. I think he just wants to go out there and see what he can do.
I think he's just showing off right now. Look at that huge air. He's just sending this truck flying into 3 saves, and then the other 2 hits that weren't saves were just incredible air. Has to back up a little right there to not hit the wall, but let's see what he does next in this freestyle. Looks like he may be lining up for a backflip.
Put it backflip, lost the hood immediately, puts it back down on all 4s here. Brennan's just going off tonight, isn't he? I think everyone knows Todd LeDuc with the LeDuc leap. I think we're going to have to rename it for something for Brendan here. 2 wheels again, puts it back down on all 4s.
Into a reverse at the end of the backflip ramp. Lands hard, will it come back over? It won't. But what a run for Brendan Soderlund, and that is going to be close to Fitzwater's for sure. Remember, score to be is at 27. Did Brendan do it?
I mean, he had all the wow factors. He had pretty much everything this run. You can see here, put it right back down on all 4s, not even a scratch on the body. Well, I guess he did lose the windshield, but you don't really need that.
Yeah, if anything, that just helped him see more. There's no dirt and mud flying up into it. Right here, this is another incredible save. This was just after the first save, so the hit right after it. And right here, it starts to come back over. I think he's thinking that maybe gravity will do the work. It didn't do it, so he puts into some sidewall, steps on the gas, and it comes back down onto all 4 wheels. And then right here, what do you call this move at the top of the MX hill, where he kind of just like put 1 wheel up, then 1 wheel down the ramp? I mean, it's a crazy move.
I don't even know what you would call it. I guess you call that a slap wheelie on top of it, and then just hoping for the best going down it.
It was an insane move nonetheless. And this final move right here, as he goes backwards up and over this backflip ramp right here and sends the truck flying. I think he was hoping that maybe it would come back out of it. It did not, but definitely the scores are going to be big. The question is it bigger than a 27, which it holds lead right now? It is a 29. So they leave 1 point available for the final 2 drivers. Brendan Soderlund is currently in the freestyle lead.
For one of these other trucks that take the lead, they're going to have a near perfect run with Bigfoot here. Already huge air off the first hit.
Wow. And puts into a little bit of a wheelie. Anthony Hernandez going big early on. He knows, though, he has to be on full attack right now. He cannot win this freestyle by just going out here and riding around. He has to go on full attack because that's what Brendan just did. So if Anthony Hernandez wants to win this event in Bigfoot, he has to go big every single hit.
Now remember, with these drivers knowing that they have to go big with every hit, with another nicely hit there off the tabletop, it always comes with a little bit of skill, but also a huge amount of luck here. So these drivers have to hope their trucks hold up.
Yeah, we saw Brennan. I mean, there was a lot of skill in that run, but there was also some luck involved, especially on that top of that MX hill and some of the other saves. So we'll see if Anthony Hernandez has some of those wow moments in him as well. He's had some nice momentum, some nice air. This may be the best momentum we've seen so far tonight. One obstacle to the next, the next to the next. It's momentum like we haven't seen, but is there any wow moments is the question in this run.
We'll have to see. I mean, he's still got 30 seconds to pull something out here. He's going to get some nice air off the back of that tabletop again, just hitting the top of it, but putting the truck back down. But as you said, this is easily some of the best momentum we've seen. It looks like he planned out his run ahead. He's going to hit the back of that MX ramp, put it down the side, a little bit of an endo there going down the other side of it. He's going to put it back out, so we'll have to see what he has with the final 10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds remaining. Where's he going to go next? Sideways over the tabletop, clears it with ease. And does he have time to get one final move out is the question. The time will expire just before he gets to it. He's going to hit it anyway. And huge air there. Lands hard down the other side. And it'll actually impact the wall there at the end. That is it for Anthony Hernandez and Bigfoot. I don't think it'll take the lead from Brendan Soderlund. But we'll have to see. It was a very, very good run. Had a lot of momentum, had a lot of big air. But I just don't think it had the wow moments that Brendan had.
Yeah, I mean, he had great momentum. He had some great hits, some great air. But again, one of the bigger factors is that you have to have a wow moment in your run, and I didn't really see one. Maybe the judges did that I didn't see it, but I don't know if this is going to challenge for the lead.
And it's a 24 for Anthony and Bigfoot. Well, it's not going to be the freestyle victory. That is still third place at the moment. But with this man coming out, Gravedigger and Colin T, who knows what might happen. And the last two events in the East and Central, it came down to Gravedigger, and in East, 2 points short. In Central, 1 point short. What's going to happen here?
He looks like he's lining up for the backside of that table. He's going to go
Oh!
huge air. He's going to nose the truck
Nosing
into the ground, though. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to recover. He does, but that was a huge hit.
And that is announcing your presence, making your name known at the start of the run. Colin Teague trying to get Gravedigger a win. As I just mentioned, Gravedigger came within a few points of winning the competition in both the events the last 2 days. He's looking to win it here in El Paso.
He's already losing body parts of the truck on his second hit there. He's going to go back to the backside of that. He's going to land it a little bit smoother this time around, though. So I don't think he'll be feeling that hit as much, but he's going to go for possibly the single jump there. He does. Nice air off that. I don't think he's going to be able to pull a slap wheelie out of that, but no.
And towards that ramp next to the MX Hill, in trouble as he lands. Oh, and the wheel's off.
That is not what he wanted to see this early in the run here. I mean, it's not going to slow him down too much, but it's definitely going to hurt him there. Backside of that jump again. Little cockeyed.
no.
He's going to go into a cartwheel here. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to pull it out. I don't think he's going to be able to, though.
And I think that might just be it for free. I think Brendan Sarlin's just won right there. I don't think there is any way that run takes it. He had those moments early on, but losing that wheel really hurt him.
I mean, it did, especially that early into the run there. But you can see this is the first hit. Just noses it straight into the ground there. That has to hurt your shoulders.
Yeah, and that was a big move early on. And then right here, as we look at this move, as he goes off it, the rear wheel barely catches the top of that MX Hill, which sends him into that kind of sideways hit right there. Luckily, it comes back down onto all 3 tires now. But once he goes into this tabletop for his final hit, it just sends the truck over on landing. Obviously, without that one tire, the weight now all messed up on the truck. And for Brendan, I think he's pretty happy with how Gravedigger's run just went right there, because I think that's pretty much given him the freestyle win. There it is, an 18. So Brendan Sarlin will start out the West Division with a freestyle victory, a 29 for Metal Militia. As we look down, Blue Thunder, Bigfoot, Jester, Monster Energy, Titan, and Brodozer, all big numbers on that page. Black Pearl, Bad Company. There's Gravedigger down in 10th. El Toro Loco with him, Obsessed, Son of a Digger, and Air Force Afterburner. As you look at the points after one event right here, Metal Militia on top. Remember, top 8 from each event move on to the top 8 from each series move on to the World Finals. So that's it for Week 1 of the BeamNG Monster Jam Series. East, Central, and West will be back next week on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you guys then.